Okay, today is Understanding Photobucket. So welcome to Understanding Photobucket. My name is Dana Crawford, and thank you for joining me. My goal today is to help you feel confident by showing you how easy Photobucket is to use. You can save money on eBay listing fees with using Photobucket. And thank you for taking part of this virtual session here at virtualonlinelearning.com. So today's agenda, we're going to go over photo sharing, photo storage, how it works, and mom terms, which is a lot of the way that I speak. I always describe everything in what I call mom terms. The account setup, which mom terms also is my reasoning of a good way to explain things to help everybody understand them clearly. Setting up your account, setting up albums, photo sizes, uploading options, HTML codes to use, how to insert into eBay, and blog insertions, upgrading your account, photo deletions, and motivational ideas, because we can all brainstorm for different ideas to use Photobucket, and after today I hope that you will feel very motivated. In fact, I know you will be very motivated and get your account set up and organized. Now, back in the day, we used to sort through our photos stored in family photo albums, and we would have piles of photos stacked of albums and unlimited envelopes stuffed here and stuffed there, and there are tons of photos from days gone by. I personally have a closet half filled from the floor to the half of the closet size with photos, and that I hope to spend some time on to scan and store online and put on CD. But that's another session. That's another class in itself, to learn how to upload all of our photos and scan them and store them and organize them. But today, I wanted to point out that the advantages with the digital age. Now in our high-tech world, we're living in a digital age, and photo taking with no film. So you can with the click of a button, our photos are ready for instant viewing directly from our cameras and online storage. When I was on a trip to Colorado visiting my son, I would fill up my camera with photos, then I'd run to Walmart and print them out directly from the camera. Or I would have them uploaded to a CD or emailed to me, sent to online photo viewing. The ideas and options are endless in this digital age. Okay, for those that are brand new to this concept, this is going to be interesting for you. There are many places around the internet offering photo storage, and I could be here all day to name them all, but today we're focusing on Photobucket. Photobucket allows us to upload our photos directly from our camera to our computer to our Photobucket account, and then we use the HTML code to insert into a web page, which allows us to add photos anywhere. And it allows us to add photos anywhere that we would like them to show up. So then everybody can easily view our photos. So for those that are brand new now, you're probably sitting there going, what did she just say? Okay, did you follow that? Now, if you're having a bit of fear about this, don't worry, because it will be easy as pie, I promise. And if you're still having trouble for some reason at the end of this presentation, then you can email me your phone number and with the time to call you, and I will walk you through it personally. Just email me at Dana, D-A-N-N-A, at powersellingmom.com. Okay, so let's get started. Photobucket.com is where you're going to begin your adventure, and this gives you a little bit of information about the page at Photobucket.com. So this is kind of where it all begins. And you can educate yourself further and read more about opportunities with Photobucket and follow them on their blog. So just moving right along, signing up is fast, free, and easy. The image counter is located at the bottom of the page, and this shows how many, this is how many there were the day that I did this screenshot on August 7th. That is the current number of photos added and stored into Photobucket. Wow, amazing. That counter keeps ticking and growing by the second. And you'll notice it when you go live to the page at Photobucket, and you will notice that counter that is spinning rapidly at the bottom of the page that shows how many photos are being loaded per second. It's just amazing. Okay, now that you're a member and you've done all the standard joining and completed all the standard tasks to become a member, like verified your email and password and all that good stuff, and you've logged into your account, and I recommend adjusting your account to private setting. You would go to account options, and then you would go to the album settings in your account options. By keeping your account on a private setting, this will protect your photos from showing up in the searches, which will also protect other users from copying your photos. This is overlooked by many users, not realizing that their photos are being copied and used. So to adjust these settings, just go, like I said, to account options, then scroll down to album settings, and now you can sort out the settings. Change your album to private. There's a drop-down menu here to change it to private, and if you decide later you do want someone to view your photos, you can return to this page and create a guest password. Then they can log into your account to view your photos. I've done that before, like if I had a photo I wanted my daughter to see, and my account is private, so I just went in here and created a password with her name, and then I emailed her a link to log into my Photobucket account, and she just put in her password, and she was in. She was able to go view my photos. Many families do this to keep the family photos private and then send out the password to the family members. So you can do that. You can also set up how many thumbnails you want viewed on each of your pages. You can sort all your new albums by the newest uploaded first, the oldest, alphabetical, whichever you like. Personally, I like mine with the newest ones showing first, and then the oldest ones would show last. Images link back to the album. You want to uncheck this so that especially if you have your photos showing up at eBay or elsewhere on the internet, people won't be able to click on your photo and then come back to your album unless you want them to, because then they would only click it and maybe get taken back to the Photobucket homepage, but not to your personal album. You can automatically rotate your images, allow others to copy my media. You can uncheck this if you do not want anyone to copy your photos, and then allow others to see image location. And I usually unmark that because I don't want everybody knowing that my photos are in Photobucket. So those are options that you know, I really want to encourage you to check into that is overmissed. I mean, it's overlooked by a lot of Photobucket users. So remember just to save the settings at the bottom once you're complete. But keep in mind also from a marketing angle, if you could leave it open to the public, add tags to your photos, add your eBay user ID to every photo so that when someone else does do a search for photos, they will find yours and copy them, and your logo will be on it. So that is from a marketing standpoint. You could have it to the public, that it was allowed to the public, and then have all of your photos that you store have your eBay user ID on them or your eBay store ID, and then just let everybody have at it, because if they're copying your photos, now they know where they came from. Okay, another thing I love about Photobucket is the fact that you can create albums within the account, and this helps you stay organized. So pay attention, Carrie. Example. If you are an eBay trading assistant, you can create an album for each client. This is actually a Photobucket account that I have set up at JMJ Storage. And these are a couple of the clients. We have Alex and we have Joe. And so I have their photos stored in their album. And it makes life really easy, and it's super easy to organize it. If you start doing it right away, it'll go even faster. If you already have loads of photos like Carrie had mentioned earlier, then you can just spend the time and pop in here and create your albums, and then you can go put check marks by all of the photos and then move, and then you would click to move them, and then Photobucket would ask where you want to move them to, and then you would choose which album you want to move those photos to. So also the current Photobucket policy is you can't delete an album until all of the photos have been removed. So to create a photo album, just type in the name. You would type it in right here, and then click Save. And after you do that, the screen will take you to the album you just created. So now you will be viewing your newly created album, just waiting for you to upload photos into it. But if you decide not to upload photos right now and you only want to set up your album, then return back to your account using the link from the album screen. If you are ready to upload photos into this album, you now have a few options. For fast photo upload, just click on Choose Files. So you would just click here to choose files. Excuse me. So when you create your album, it'll take you to the album you just created. So either you can start uploading photos into it, or you can just return back to your main album. Okay, this is another great tip I want to point out, because in your settings, first, if I may suggest, you adjust your photo sizes and save them as a permanent setting. You can go back and change this at any time. This is located at I didn't want to put the whole screen up here, but this is located in this little screen. Let me go back. It's located right down here, and you would just decide on, you could do the drop-down box before you upload and decide on which size you would like to make your photos uploaded for. This will save you time later when you insert the code into eBay or websites. You can keep the sizes reduced to your preferred settings. If you need anything larger, then yes, you may want to sign up for a pro account. The price is very reasonable. I've had a pro account for about 4 or 5 years now because I love graphics, and I have tons of them saved. My Photobucket account is like a book in itself. The pro version allows me more storage space, but if you need it for simple eBay listings, seriously, there's no need to go pro because you can remove photos as the auctions end. However, make sure you leave the photos up for a reasonable amount of time, like after the person leaves you feedback and there is no need to relist, or if you have an eBay store and you will be needing to have a large inventory, then you may want to go pro, but I'll talk about that later. But for now, this is where you're going to want to set your settings so that you don't have to have these giant mega photos showing up on your listings and resizing them and messing with it all the time. So you can also at the bottom, you can scramble the file names so that no one can view your links, and that's overlooked a lot of times. I've noticed on other people's photo images. And you can also add more tags in the description. So if you want more marketing tags, you can add that at the bottom after you upload. Okay, as of today, Photobucket gives us 3 choices with how to upload our photos. The fast one-by-one upload, just click Choose File. Very simple. You just choose File. The bulk uploader is a bit like Facebook. If you're familiar with it, then you may like that style. For me, okay, sorry about that. For me personally, I don't care for the bulk style because of the Java that sets up. It seems to mess up my computer, so I prefer the old uploader, which is located at the bottom. So I would click on, when I'm working in my Photobucket account, I click on old uploader. So I suggest you try out each style and see what works best for you. And remember, part of being online and selling is all about simplification and to keep things fast, simple, and smooth. See what style works best for you and get a system and stick with that. So for me, personally, whatever style you like, the concept is the same. You will browse your computer for the files, for the old uploader, and then I just click on Add More. And it'll come up at the bottom. It'll say Add More when I'm using the old uploader. And then I can add even more. I think it gives about 20 browse tabs. And I can click on one at a time. And a browser will pop up for each one to allow me to search my computer for the photo files, for the photos that I want to upload. It's kind of like at eBay. When you're going to upload a photo into eBay, it's the same kind of thing. So I would just click on Browse, and then up comes the photos, and then I just choose which one I'm going to use. I would click on it, and then I would click Open, and it would head over and upload. Then this image will appear at the top of the page here, showing the uploading. You have to wait for the stats. If you're uploading about 20 photos, then you may as well, jump on the treadmill or take a walk around the house or something. And then when you come back, they'll all be uploaded. And now they will look like this. So these are the three examples. After the photos upload, they will now show up in your photo album. Photobucket offers many other types of services for you to add a title if desired. You can add a title. Click here to add a title. But personally, when I have photos for the internet or for private, this is strictly my personal Photobucket account. I have no need to put titles, tags, or details. The photos are only for me to find and use as needed. But again, if I were a marketing person and I was using this strictly for marketing techniques, then I would be allowing my files public. Then I would want to give them a title and add tags. So when you hold your cursor over each photo, a drop-down box will appear. So when I put my cursor up over the photo, this is the drop-down box. There are several options you can take advantage of here. Notice the social sites you can shoot the photo out to instantly if I choose to. Like I would just simply click on MySpace, Facebook, Twitter, Blogger, or send it an email, or I don't know what, you could see what other more options there are. So if I want to hurry and send this photo with John Donahoe and me and Lori Norrington, and I want to shoot this out quickly to Twitter and show it off, then I would just click on that and it would automatically be inserted into my Twitter account. So for now, we are going to use the HTML code. So for inserting into eBay or a website or blog, we will need this code, this HTML code. So once you put your cursor in the box, I know that's the code that I need, it will turn blue. When you right-click on that blue, so I would put it right there and I would right-click, this window will pop up. Now a window will open and then I will put my cursor over the word copy and I will left-click. Now that link is saved in what I like to call my short-term mouse memory. I call it that because it will stay there until I copy something else or restart my computer. And since I use my mouse to click it, I started calling it my mouse memory. So it's goofy, but when I'm teaching eBay and I'm teaching classes, it's easier to explain if I just call it the mouse memory. So I would just, again, hold my cursor over the HTML code, right click, up will come this window, I highlight the word copy, left click, and now it's in my mouse memory. So now I can head over to paste it where I would like. At eBay, in the description box, I would click the tab to HTML. Then place my cursor inside the box and right click. When I right click, a window will open, and then I will left click on paste. Now what you had saved in your mouse memory will appear on the page. This is the HTML code from Photobucket. Then simply click the tab back over to standard and our photo will appear. So I have just pasted this here, and now I'm going to click back to the standard, and there we have it. I click on standard and there's my photo. Now I am viewing it in standard. My stored photo appears. I can easily adjust the photo as needed by placing my cursor. I just place it right in the middle and click it. And when I click it into the center of the photo, notice the squares that appear. These squares appear all around my photo. This will allow me to resize it if needed, just like a photo editing program would do. So like, I'm sure many of you are familiar with photo editing programs. So you can do that when you are cropping, and it's the same kind of thing. So you point your mouse to the corner square and hold it in place while you glide it to the desired size, then unclick or release your fingers off the mouse where you would like it in place. You can also click on the left, center, or right tool and move it around the eBay page. When you're ready to type, just place the cursor to the right of the photo and click enter. Then your cursor will be placed below the photo and you will be ready to type. So let's just go to a live demo because I think that's the best way for you to understand. Okay, so here's my personal Photobucket account. I have a Girl Scout ring that I took photos of, and I'm going to be listing it on eBay. So this is my personal Photobucket. Of course, I also have a pro account, as I had mentioned. So there's a few different things that happen when you have a pro account. I can do more. So anyways, but it's basically the same. I'm going to hold my cursor over this photo. I'm going to go ahead and right click and copy that HTML code. Now I'm going to go to my eBay page. I've already set it up ahead of time, so I'm at the selling page. And now I'm down to this description box. So I'm going to switch it to HTML. And now I'm going to paste my code for my ring. And I'm going to switch it to standard. And there it appears. So now I can put my cursor around it and center it. And maybe I want to make it a bit smaller. It's a bit large. And I just want to type in Girl Scout leader ring. I'm going to go ahead and highlight that, make it bold, make it a bit bigger, change it to green. Now I want to go ahead and switch it back to HTML, which is also what I call the Chinese section. So I switch it back to HTML, and I will go back to my photo bucket and get the next ring. Copy. Paste. Now if I want to save time, I want to put a bunch of photos in there and I don't want to keep going back and forth, I just want to get them all in, I'll go ahead and put the paragraph code in. Now if you don't know that, it's very simple. I'm going to move it down so you can see it. It's just the greater than, less than with the letter P in the center. That is the official code for paragraph. I suggest if you are going to keep in the HTML mode and insert your photographs in directly in here and save time without switching back to standard, then make sure you put the paragraph symbol in, because sometimes if someone comes along and they view your page and they have a really big screen, a big computer screen, sometimes the pictures all blend together across the screen rather than being on top of each other down the page. So those people have not put paragraphs in between their photos. So it's really important to do that. If you don't do it, then when you switch it to standard, now there's the other ring. I'm going to move it to the center. I'm going to resize it. And now I'm going to put my cursor right here. You can kind of see that it's moving because I've hit the space key. But if I just put my cursor right there and then I hit enter, and so now I'm going to go down to the next area. And I'm going to say something else about this ring. It's gold plated, bold. Okay. So now I want to finish putting the rest of my photos in. So I'm going to move it to HTML. I'm going to go ahead and get the next photo. Copy. Paste. I'm going to put my paragraph in, get the next photo, copy, paste, paragraph, next photo, whoops, I went with direct link. Make sure you take the HTML code, copy, paste, paragraph, copy. Now, Photobucket, it does sometimes when you put your cursor there, it'll say copied, but I don't trust it. I've gone to all the trouble to do that, and a notice will come up and say it's copied, and then when I go paste it, it's not right. So I don't even mess around. I just highlight it and I go right to copy, and now I will just click paste. So I'm going to switch it back to standard, and there's all of the other photos that I put in, and notice the space between them. That's because I already in advance put that paragraph symbol in there, so I don't need to go back in and do that again. I mean, I don't have to go back in and change it. So now I'm going to put my cursor in the middle, excuse me, and notice the squares. I'm going to click on center. It just went to the center. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. I'm going to go down to this one, put it in the center. I'm going to leave that one big because my Girl Scout logo showed up really well on that. I'm going to go ahead and put that one in the center, and I'm going to put that one in the center. So that's how you do it. You just line them up. And again, in my Photobucket account, you can see I have all these photos of eBay items and different things. See, I have 15 pages. I need to go in and do some editing. But if I go back to my main account, I mean my album page, you'll notice I have tons of things. So over to the left, these are all my albums. So like if I go to backgrounds, this is where I store all of my background colors that I use, and you'll see I have a lot of them. And then what I've done is I put them by category. I've got black background, blues, browns, grays, greens, orange, pink, purple, red, themes, and then these are some that I've created myself. And I've got animation. I really, for years, I always liked making my own templates. I still love to make my own templates. I've never used any Activa or Vendio, or I've never used any of those paying services. I've always made all of my own templates, and I'd be happy to do a template class if everybody's interested in that. But so what I would do is I would like say here's the theme one. And this is the folder where I keep all of the different types of themes that I would use as background colors. There's lipstick. So if you spot anything you'd like to have a copy of, just let me know and I'll send it to you. I was selling some McDonald's toys, so I added some McDonald's logos to put in the background of some of my listings. So that should give you an idea of how I do that. Just quickly, if I go to my eBay store and show you an example, like here I'm selling a lot of advertising. So if I go to this page, this is for a 6-month text link at wholesale box lot. I put up a bunch of advertising on auction format starting at 99 cents. So if you need some advertising, head on over. It's clearance time. Okay, so if you scroll down, look, I've got, this is my background. I've added, this is all being stored in my Photobucket. This graphic is in my Photobucket. This is in my Photobucket. I believe that's on the front page. But this should give you a good idea on how you can store your graphics. Well, it's in there somewhere. If I want to know where it is and I can't remember where I put it, I can right click and I can view image, and then the link at the top will show me Photobucket, albums, Ask Dana, it's under eBay, and it's under logos. So then I can return to my Photobucket if I forget where I put it, because as you can see I have a lot of categories. Well, I know that one's under my eBay category. And it's under my logo next subcategory. You can build categories within categories, as you can see, if you need to. And then this is where I have that logo is in here somewhere. There's me and Griff. Gosh, I didn't see it. There it is. There it is. So that is the logo that I have located at the bottom of all of my listings. So now you can see that that's where I store it. So I would just go here, I would copy the code, go to my eBay page, my description, HTML, paste, center, we're good to go. Okay, that was our live demo. Sure, that made sense now. Everybody's all excited. Think of the money you're going to save. Those eBay fees add up, so now you will save 15 cents for every listing that you can, or every photo. Go ahead, or one thing I should have mentioned, to go ahead and use that first free photo, and then all the rest of them you can put from Photobucket. Okay, blog posts are pretty much the same. You can visit the HTML box and insert the HTML code, or some will allow you to add a straight link with no code. If you decide on that choice, then return to Photobucket and copy the direct link. So you'll return to Photobucket, and down here where it says for the eBay, this kind of insert, we're using the HTML code, but now we're going to use the direct link. So I would take that direct link and I would click on this little photo tab, and up, this is what it looks like close up. Sorry, it's this one. And I would click on that, and then another window will appear, and I would enter it right there where it says URL. So it's the same kind of thing. If you decide on this choice, then you would return to Photobucket, copy the direct link, right-click, store it in your mouse memory, add it to the direct link window. For those, if you watched the Blogspot DVD presentation we did at Virtual Online Learning, then you should know already how to insert the HTML code directly into using the HTML gadget and have a photo show up on the side of your blog. So it would be the same thing if you were adding gadgets to your blog. You would go down to the Photobucket and grab that HTML code and then paste it into your gadget setting. Okay, so now the world can see what's in your Photobucket. It's kind of like, what's in your wallet? I thought it was funny, Photobucket. So you can jump in and explore the site. Also, upgrade if you need to, but as I said, you can avoid upgrade by removing unwanted photos. One thing to pay attention to: if you go over your storage limit of your account, all photos will become unavailable. So you can check into your account as you're going along, and it'll give you your stats. It'll also tell you, how much bandwidth you're using, how much traffic you're getting. It'll show you all of these different stats will show up. Now, I'm using the Pro account, and I can't remember how much it is. I want to say I paid $30 for a year, but I honestly can't remember. I'd have to go back in and look, and I didn't want to talk too much about price because who knows, it could change tomorrow. So you'll have to go in and check and see what the going rate is if you decided to go with a Pro account. But again, it's not necessary, unless you're going to be like me with crazy graphics. But if you go over your limit, I wonder, there's nothing worse than viewing a page like this, or worse yet, having your eBay items or your blog, your website show up as a page like this. I had it happen to me only one time, and that is when I upgraded. Since I love storing different background images, my whole eBay listing looked like this. And it had just my words in between. The background looked like this, my photos looked like this, and luckily a kind gentleman contacted me and said, Dana, something's going on with your listings, because I didn't even know it. And that's when I went Pro, and I haven't had it happen again. So pay attention to your storage limits. Okay, so thank you for joining me today for today's presentation of Photobucket Made Easy. I look forward to seeing you at the next session being held at virtualonlinelearning.com. Any questions, feel free to email me directly at Dana, D-A-N-N-A, @powercellingmom.com. Virtual Online Learning members can start a discussion as needed within the group at virtualonlinelearning.com. So, all the best. Happy photo sharing.